Hey there, welcome back everyone. Once again, I'm recording this educational video here on online course. You see brilliant.org, right? Today is Wednesday, kind of after a busy first week of April, currently move towards now on the currently the second week of April, to be honest, like Easter day. I think those days have recently concluded as well. So by the way, here I'm going to explain what this brilliant.org homepage is about here. I'm on a 30-day streak, but currently took breaks on Monday and Tuesday. No need this premium. Wait, Einsteinium League, yes, previously retained my own status staying in this league, so next leaderboard, need to earn early XP right now. And of course, today's exercise is going to be, yes, called Functions in Python Level 2. Yes, you're about to level up. I'm approaching to the very end of that current level because of this level review. That home review just recommending me to get this brilliant.org exercise started for today's video that I'm recording. So as all you can see, I think it's a great time to begin this lesson now. So I'll click this start button now. Wait a moment. Yes, there are multiple practical questions to be encountered along the way. So let's go from start to finish. Shall we? Yes, here's question number 1. What is wrong with this program? It should replace A with E and replace E with A. Let's read silently. Message release best is an easiest one. E then A, right? And message. E then E, that's correct. Not A, not that. You want to let message. So this option must be correct, I reckon. Let's check. Of course, this is correct. Why? Yes, the explanation here tells us that using range bracket len to message close bracket makes letter run through 0, 1, 2 rather than the letters in the string. Of course, like len means like only that numerical values will print. So kind of an error we just encountered in this practice. Continue. Okay, question number 2. Fix the program. It should replace A with E and replace E with A. The rest are correct, right? So only this error has to be fixed right now. So letter and message. That letter E and letter A is correct, then print letter, not entire message. Let's check it. This is now correct. Why? The explanation here tells us that using for letter in message iterates directly over the characters in the message instead of over numbers. Right, just correct that not numbers in len form but letter. Now just fix this execution appropriate, right? I'll close. Just continue. Right. Question number 3. What is wrong with this program? It should print every third letter unless it's the P. Let's see. Unless P, every third letter will print it. This message I equals 0. Then message 0. Of course, this one 0 means first letter only. It keeps checking the first letter. I think this one. Let's check. Of course, this is correct. Why? Yes, the explanation tells us that using message of index number 0 always gets the first letter. Instead, it should use message bracket I to get the letter at position I. Of course, 0 index means only first letter is executed all the time being, like keep looping in progress, like kind of an error you just discovered. Anyway, continue. Question number 4. Fix the program. It should print every third letter unless it's the P. That one only. So this to be replaced by this. not P, every third. This is correct. I think let's check. Of course, this is correct. Why? Yes, explanation tells us that changing message 0 index to message I index makes the loop read each position as I changes over time. So what's the output? Change chords. Let's move on, continue. Question number 5. It is, as it is. What is wrong with this function? It should return E when the input is X. Otherwise, it should return the input value. Of course. Wait. X then character return E. Oh yeah, line 3 and 5 are in contrastingly different, opposite way around. So I think this one always returns E unless X. Of course, that one must be. Let's check. This is truly correct. Why? Yes, the explanation tells us that when the input is X, line 3 returns character, which is X itself. For any other input value, line 5 returns E. So these line 3 and 5 execution is the wrong way around. So going to fix it, I think. That's what's going to be featured in the next one. Continue. Now, question number 6. Fix the function. It should return E when the input is X. Otherwise, it should return the input value. Right, this message given, decode character, of course. X then return E, else return character. Right, these lines 10 to 14 already given, so no need to change. Now it's time to check. Of course, this is now correct. Why? The explanation tells us that when the input character is X, the function returns E as in line 6. Otherwise, returns the original input character as shown in line 8. The rest lines already correct, so no need to alter. Finally, what's the output? They prefer use. Anyway, continue. This is question number 7. What is wrong with this program? It should remove every other letter and replace the D's with and. Right? This is like line 1, no need to change, reply. D hides and every other is no I and here. This is correct. No, instead of replace these, that's not correct. Instead of replacing these, brings the letters that are not noise. I think this one, let's check. Of course, this is correct. Why? The explanation tells us that the highlighted line 12 brings reply I index. But if that index is D, it does not replace it with and. Of course, no replacement execution given, so kind of a particular error. You better watch out. Anyway, continue. Next one to be fixed. Question number 8. Fix the program. It should remove every other letter and replace the D's with ands. Let's see. I equals 0 here. This is correct. I reply. Expand D, reply I, right? Expand D, that one character. I think that is correct. Let's check. Let's check or not, whether correct or not. Of course, this is now correct. Why? The explanation here tells us that inside the loop, the program calls expand under dash D and passes reply to I as input, so D's have now become ands. Yes, highlighted line 12 is correctly fixed now, I think. But what's the given output? The bandit is the sloth. Anyway, continue. Question number 9. What is wrong with this program? It should replace X with A and Y with E. In addition, it should reverse the reply. I'll scroll down. Which one? Def replace X, Y. No need. Line 9. and letter in message and reverse is correct. Reverse is correct, of course. No X and Y's replacement. These lines are incorrect. I think this one. Let's check it. This is correct. Why? Yes, the explanation tells us that the for loop prints letter directly instead of calling that replace under dash xy bracket letter to replace the x and y's. This line 14 to 16 did nothing for replacing x and y. No, that feature is missing, so going to fix it, I think. Continue. Question number 10 as it is. Fix the program. Replace x with a and y with e. Reverse the reply. Scroll it down. Wait. I think this line only have to be replaced. Let's see. X, Y letter and right. This XY reply I is correct. No change. Should be correct, I think. Let's check it. This is luckily correct. Why? The explanation here tells us that as highlighted line 15 is showing both loops call replace under dash XY on each letter before printing. That incorrect variable has now correctly replaced as appropriate, so correctly fixed as usual. But what's the output? Pasture raised, not the peasant. Anyway, continue. Just a few more questions left to be encountered in this topic for now. Yes, this must be question number 11. What is wrong with this program? For both the message and reply, it should swap A and E and remove these symbols like up, these hashtag and N to be removed. Let's see. What is wrong? Let's see. A returns A, E returns E. I think these don't swap. Turn character. Swap letter, of course. I think here is missing. Message reply doesn't swap. Both message and reply doesn't swap A's and E's. I think that must be the problem. Let's check. Of course, it's correct. Why? Yes, here the explanation tells us that the function returns E when the input is E and returns A when the input is A. Just copying the same character itself, isn't it? So no swapping. So this line 15 to 19 will not function properly. So kind of another weird error that you have to bear in mind next time out. Continue to fix it in the next. Probably the last question left. Yes, question number 12. The final problem, I think. Last but not least, fix the program. Both message and reply, swap A and E, remove these as appropriate. I'll scroll it down like this, yes, so character A, it should be E, yes. E then it should be A, it should be this, else return character right. So lines 15 to 19 should correctly run, I think. Time to check it. Of course, this is luckily correct. This output, no. Sorry for scrolling off for a matter of seconds. Why? The explanation here tells us that the fix updates the conditional change, so the function returns E when the input is A, as in line 7, then returns A when the input is E, as in line 9. These highlighted errors that we just correctly fixed, right, appropriately. The rest line 10 to 19 remain unchanged, because already execution was already given correctly, so unchanged. Finally, what's the output? Vinegar status, balsamic, not apple. All right, This kind of level 2 level review that I've encountered like very long 12 consecutive questions I've encountered along the way, but successfully answered them correctly 12 out of 12 right. So another perfect task that I've done today so far. So now it's time to conclude this activity by clicking on this finish tab for now. Wait a second. Yeah, lesson complete. For this kind of level 2 completion, you see I've gained 190 XP, that is experience points this time around. Continue. Oh. Yes. Streak has been successfully extended again. You see 31 consecutive days in a row. Like earlier I mentioned the video, took 2-day break, Monday and Tuesday, return on Wednesday, but going to extend this streak even further. That's my next aim. Continue. Yes, you can see this Einsteinium league that I've just joined after this activity completion. So keep earning XP to climb this week's leaderboard. Like 4 days left before that this kind of league weekly session finish off. I'm not going to tell you any further. Continue. There we are, finally. Yes, sorry, like that was level review is kind of level 1 completion, not level 2. Only this new level is number 2 actually. So sorry if I got that misconception. So sorry for any inconvenience. Designing function was the first chapter lesson here. Local variables, kind of something I want to focus on that kind of topic more in the future, but not right now. Anyway, that's the end of today's educational recording video. Thanks very much for watching this till the very end, and if you like this, don't forget to add a like and add a subscription tab on my YouTube channel for more related educational video recordings that you haven't watched for several weeks or so, right? Just stay on track with my further recordings in the future as well. That's all I want to present to you right now. Sorry that time is up for today and I'm leaving this brilliant.org online session for now. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Cheers. Have a great day and bye for now.